موضوع أولاد الملك برضو حقيقي احنا بنفتخر ان احنا بنفرح الناس، وهم فعلا أولاد الملك لما بتوصل لهم من الاحتياجات، وخصوصا الناس اللي بتطلب عمل مش بتطلب فلوس. هم عايزين يعتمدوا على نفسهم، ما يبقوش محتاجين ان يمدوا ايديهم ابدا. فدي بتبقى حاجة جميلة، وبنتنقل من ناس لناس لناس، وبنلاقي نفسنا ان احنا نشكر يسوع ان احنا بنقدر نفرح الناس، وبناخد دعاوي ليكم ولينا طبعا بالدنيا كلها.
مساء الخير أعزائي مشاهدين برنامج أعداد الملك. النهارده معانا ومعاكم حالة جديدة من حالات إخواتنا إخوة الرب. نتعرف عليكي.
أنا أم إنجي.
إيه مشكلتك؟
مشكلتي إن كان عندي جلطة وجوزي عايش ونزل على شغله مرجعش، كان شغال في طائفة المعمار وعمل حادثة ومرجعش لبيته تاني وانا ظروفي وحشة ومعايا بنت عندها كهرباء على المخ.
طب خلينا يا منجي يعني نمشي واحدة واحدة. انت جوز حضرتك كان شغال فاعل في طائفة المعمار؟
في طائفة المعمار.
بقاله كام سنة متوفي؟
3 سنين كده.
عمل حادثة؟ طبعا ما كانش بتأمن عليه؟
لا،
ولا تأمين ولا معاش ولا أي حاجة؟
لا، وبجري على المعاش بقالي 3 سنين ما جاش، معرفش ليه، قدمته كذا مرة.
طيب انت جاتلك جلطة بقالها قد ايه؟
الجلطة ديت من قبل ما جوزي يتوفى.
كنت بتتعالجي منها؟
كان بتعالج منها، وهو بصراحة كان بيعالجني وما كانش محوجني حاجة، بس بعد ما توفى يعني الظروف بقت وحشة خالص.
عندك كم ولد وكم بنت؟
عندي 4 بنات وواد.
4 بنات وواد. طيب بعد الوفاة ايه اللي حصل؟
بعد الوفاة اللي حصل ما فيش حد بيجي يسأل علينا، وعيالي كل واحدة ببيتها، ومعايا بنت عندها كهرباء على المخ وما بعرفش ادفع كهرباء ولا غاز ولا اي حاجة من الكلام ده.
يعني انت عندك 4 بنات، منهم كم واحدة متجوزة؟
3 متجوزين ومعايا واد وبنت قاعدين.
البنت مالها؟
البنت عندها كهرباء على المخ اللي قاعدة معايا.
كهرباء على المخ؟ بتشتكي من حاجة تانية؟
بتشتكي من رجلها، عندها غضروف في رجلها ومحتاجة 10,000 جنيه تعمل عملية، والظروف معايا وحشة خالص.
يعني بنتك عندها غضروف في رجليها وعندها كهرباء في المخ. طبعا احنا شايفين مع بعض دي تحاليل البنت ودي الإشعاعات زي ما احنا شايفين. محتاجة عملية ب10,000 جنيه.
وانا عندي 4 غضاريف في ظهري بردك، والعلاج بتاعي غالي.
وانت عندك 4 غضاريف
في ظهري بعد الجلطة كمان، وعندي سكر، باخد علاج سكر.
علاجك كام في الشهر؟ يعني
في حدود 1000 جنيه كل شهر العلاج، عشان الحقن بتاعت الجلطة دي غالية بتاعت ظهري.
طب انت بتجيبي العلاج؟
بجيب، الكنيسة بتعمل اللي بتقدر عليه بصراحة، ما بقدرش اجيبه، ولا ما اجيبه منين.
وعندك غلطة على المخ. احنا شايفين طبعا الجنب الشمال، الايد اليمين
ده، اليمين واخده النص التحتاني، واخده النص من فوق لتحت كده.
الايد اليمين والرجل اليمين. ام إنجي طبعا معانا كانت عايشة حياة عادية، جوزها توفى في حادث، ولا تأمين ولا معاش، وطبعا ده أثر على البيت وأثر عليها على علاجها. طب انتي طالبة ايه؟ أنا عارف كمان احنا صورنا البيت عندك، شايفين برضو مفيش عندك بوتاجاز مكسر،
بايظ والغسالة بايظة، مفيش حاجة صدقني، يعني ربنا اللي يعلم.
طب طلباتك ايه؟
طلباتي ان حد يساعد عشان اجيب العلاج للبنت واجيب علاجي وادفع الكهرباء والغاز عليا، والايجار يكوم علينا برضو. الحاجات بتيجي غالية، مش قادرة ادفعها في الحاجة الغالية اللي احنا فيها دي.
طبعا احنا بنقدم لك دي بركة من القناة،
كتر خير.
وبنقول لك اكيد ربنا موجود. طبعا احنا شايفين اهو ده البوتاجاز، شايفين قد ايه تقريبا مكسر خالص مش نافع. طبعا شايفين حالة البيت عامل ازاي. ده كمان الروشتات بتاعت البنت والتقرير والاشاعات، وكمان معانا اشاعات جي.
عايزة اغير لها الدكتور بتاعها مش جايبة معاها نتيجة. ابونا وداها الدكتورة قبل كده، وكان ابوها كان متابعها مع دكتورة، وبصراحة يعني طلباتهم كتير الدكاترة، ومش قادرة على طلبات الدكاترة.
غير العملية
غير ده في المخ، كهرباء المخ دي.
طبعا زي ما احنا شايفين مع بعضينا دي اشاعات الغضروف، زي ما احنا شايفين مع بعض كده. ودي التقارير اهي، ودي روشتة بتاعت السكر بتاعت الجلطة، وده العلاج اللي مطلوب منها، ودي روشتة البنت كمان. طبعا انا بلاش كل حد سامعني وشايفني، أرملة ست زي اي ست في مصر، كانت جوزها كان عايش شغال ماشي حياتهم، كانت تعبانة وقادر يعالجها ويعالج بنتها. نزل ما طلعش زي ما قالت، نزل ما جايش بيته تاني. طبعا شايفين الحالة شكلها ايه. هي كل اللي محتاجاه لو مبلغ شهري يجيلها تعمل عمل بنتها. التلاجة عندها بايظة، البوتاجاز بايظ، الغسالة بايظة. زي ما احنا شفنا كل حاجة اهوت مع بعضينا. انا برضو بناشد معاكم كل الناس اللي شايفاني. انجي بتقولك اعتبرني اختك، ساعدني مدي ايدك معايا عشان اقدر اكمل حياتي انا وعيالي. اعزائي مشاهدي برنامج أعداد الملك، كنا مع بعضينا ومع حالة انجي. شكرا.
حلقة بس في حاجة احنا بنفكر نعملها هنا في القناة. بصوا احبائي، يمكن حضراتكم بتشوفونا وبتتابعونا. احنا يعني السنة الجاية القناة بتحتفل بال10 سنين.
السنة دي
صدقوا انا مش عارفة معلش يعني اللي جاله كورونا لا حرج عليه. فالسنة دي فعلا احنا 10 سنين 10 سنين وما بنعرفش نعمل حاجة اسمها فاندريز. 10 سنين وما طلعناش على الهواء نقول لحضراتكم ادفعوا واعملوا واعتقد اللي بيشوفونا ومتابعينا عارفين ده كويس. احنا ما بنعرفش نعمل ده. في ناس عندها الملكات دي لكن احنا لا بصراحة. لكن عندنا مشكلة في الكاميرات بتاعتنا وتعبت حبتين. يعني احنا صدقوني احنا احلى من كده بكتير. انا بضحك طبعا مع حضراتكم، بس فعلا الكاميرات تعبت. وكنا يعني احنا عد غنماتك يا جحا، فبنضطر ناخد اللي جوه لتصوير خارجي وعشان يظبطوها تاني يبقى داخلي قصه كده. وربنا مباركنا بناس بتشتغل في الكنترول روم. حاضر هقول الاضاءه كمان بس. احنا ربنا مباركنا
على طمع بقى.
ربنا مباركنا بناس يعني بتشتغل في الكنترول روم بقلبها. وزي ما بيقولوا كده الشطره بتغزل برجل حمار. انا اسفه اني بقول الكلمه دي، بس هم فعلا فعلا يعني بيتعبوا قوي علشان يطلعوا ده بالامكانيات اللي موجوده. فاحنا يعني عشان في حضراتكم اللي يقدر اي مبلغ هيساعد ويسند في موضوع الكاميرات والاضاءه كمان اللي قال لي عليها اسامه دلوقتي. الاضاءه محتاجين اضاءه زياده وافضل من اللي احنا فيها، ومحتاجين كاميرات هي دي مريحه كمان جدا جدا جدا. يعني عشمانين في ربنا وفي حضراتكم. ما تعودناش انه يغزلنا، يعني هو بيبعت على قد الاحتياج وفي حين.
واحنا فعلا بنحس ان احنا اسره واحده، وكل واحد ليه دور. وفي ناس الدور بتاعها الصلاة، وده بيبقى أهم ما في الموضوع حقيقي، لأن وجود ربنا في حياتنا وفي الخدمة دي بالذات هو أساس الموضوع كله. ما نقدرش ان احنا نعمل اي حاجة من غير اذنه. فاحنا واثقين ان احنا طالما اتكلمنا يبقى فعلا الكاميرات حقيقي تعبت قوي قوي، وخصوصا زي ما شيرين قالت بناخدها بره وجوه، والتكنيكاليتي بتاعتها بتبقى مختلفة والتظبيطات بتاعتها. فيعني سايبين لكم الموضوع ده، صلوا وشوفوا ربنا يرشدكم بيه، واحنا واثقين فيه قوي قوي قوي، واحنا عارفين ان كل حاجه بتيجي في وقتها. متقلين عليكم معلش، بس بدلاله البنين زي ما بيقولوا، والمكان مكانكم، وحقيقي المكان بيكم وليكم ومعاكم دايما ان احنا نتواصل مع بعض. لازم أفكركم بكتاب مسار العائلة المقدسة، وجواه السي دي للرحلة كلها حوالي 45 دقيقة، الصور على أعلى مستوى، ويعني مش عايزة أقول لكم بقى يعني تحفة تحفة تحفة، يعني لازم يكون في كل بيت وفي كل مكتبة. حاجة قيمة، حاجة نستحق ان احنا نبعتها هدايا للناس، لأصحابنا، لأولادنا، عربي وانجليزي، وفي لغات تانية على فكرة، بس احنا ما جبناش الا العربي والانجليزي. طبعا الكتب خاصة بدير ماري جرجس للراهبات مصر القديمة، حقيقي مجهود جبار، ربنا يوفقهم يا رب، ونقدر نعمل اللي احنا نقدر عليه. واتصلوا بينا، والكتاب احنا عشان الشحن طبعا وكل حاجة هو $50 مينيمم، اللي حابب يدفع زيادة اهلا وسهلا، بس ربنا يبارككم ويساعدكم، واحنا فاتحين قلبنا معاكم، بنشرح لكم كل حاجة بمنتهى الأمانة يعني.
من مصر دعوت ابني، حصري من قناة سيسات، كتاب مسار العائلة المقدسة في مصر بجودة عالية وباللغة العربية والإنجليزية، مرفق مع الكتاب DVD يحتوي على فيلم وثائقي مدته 45 دقيقة عن مسار العائلة المقدسة في مصر. لحجز الكتاب الرجاء الاتصال بالأرقام التالية: مبارك شعبي مصر.
أعزائي مشاهدين سيسات، أنا النهاردة فرحانة جدا ومبسوطة جدا إنه زي ما أنتم شايفين أنا الأهرامات ورايا وفي إيفنت مهم جدا جدا أرت إيجيبت. أرت إيجيبت ده منظمة بتدعم الفنيين المصريين والأجانب وكمية الناس اللي جاية النهاردة كمية كبيرة جدا، في منهم وزراء وسفراء وفنانين. يعني في الفترة اللي جاية هنقدم لقاءات مع أهم الناس في الإيفنت النهاردة، لأن هو بصراحة إيفنت عظيم في القاهرة وفي مصر. يعني كل واحد يفخر إنه يكون موجود هنا، يعني سواء بقى مصري أو غير مصري، فكلنا هنكون فخورين في إن احنا نكون موجودين في المكان ده. Okay, right now we have Bobby Chin, the most famous international chef ever.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
How are you?
Wow.
How are you going?
I'm good.
Okay, that's great. So, Bobby, may I ask you, do you often come here to Egypt?
Yes, I first came at the age of 6,
Okay.
and I was from San Francisco, and so I found a huge family, and it was probably the greatest time of my life. And I'd come back 6. I came back when I was 9, and then after that, I have a huge family, so I try to come back as often as I can.
That's great. So, let me ask you, what inspires you here in Egypt?
Inspiration in Egypt.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, is it like the Sphinx, pyramids, people?
I think it's the idea that I still have friends from the age of 6 here, and my friends are the children of my parents' friends and the children of my grandparents' friends, and it's this generation that we're all aging together. I don't experience that anywhere else. And so I come here regularly. I'm a stay-home son now because of COVID.
That's actually really great. So, how did your Egyptian roots help you in your career?
Yes, I think that the idea of hospitality in the Middle East is colossal. So that idea of giving makes me feel good. And so that's what I was brought up with. I was brought up with a very loving, compassionate family. Go in the hospitality industry, it's kind of tough in the kitchen. You know, it's not like, really a sweet environment. Well, some of them are, but not all of them. I was exposed to both. So I think that was colossal. I think that when we look at Egyptian food and its history and its contribution to science, to arts, to literally everything, Dunya, the mother of the world, right? How could you not feel some kind of special affinity towards it?
So actually I read that you shifted your career at the age of 30. Is that right?
It was before 30. I think it was around 27. I read a book called Lust for Life, which is about Vincent van Gogh.
Okay.
And I was always fascinated by Vincent. He was my favorite artist as a kid. When I heard the guy cut his ear off, and I saw his paintings, this guy has something. I don't know what it is, but there's something about him that I loved. And so it was written by this, the writer was Irving Stone. And it was that Vincent van Gogh only started painting when he was 30. And so we are brought up in this world thinking that it's too late. And it's never too late. Death is too late, Everything else, you can do it tomorrow. You can do it today. And so I was doing comedy, and I was working as a waiter, and I just kind of went with the flow, and I gave up the plan. The plan was make a lot of money, be a finance guy, make a lot of money. That was the idea. When there's no plan, you go with the flow. When the flow takes you, and the flow is taking me all over the world now.
That's impressive, actually.
That's luck.
Yeah.
I swear the universe has conspired to help me.
That's really amazing. So last thing, can you tell us anything in Arabic?
I do not want to speak the Arabic right now because it is not the right one. It's not the right one. ممكن اقول لك حاجات كتير جدا. انا علمت العربي من الشوارع اصلا.
فعلا.
يعني بتكلم مكسر شويه بس عندي كلام طبعا not fit for you. حاجات يعني مش طبيعي يعني. يقول لك كلية الأدب إيه ده إيه ما حدش بيتكلم كده على التلفزيون.
طيب, that's it. Thank you so much, Bobby, for your time. Thank you. Thank you.
Ciao, everybody. Enjoy the show.
Now we have Aiden Miller, the project manager of AIDA. Hi, Aiden.
Hello, nice to see you.
Nice to see you too. So, Aiden, may you please tell us more about AIDA?
Ada is the world's first ultra-realistic robot artist. She has cameras in her eyes which enables her to paint and draw. And today we're really excited because we're showing one of her first major monumental sculpture that she's done with clay in her hands.
Oh, that's really amazing. So, let me ask you, how do you think, the preparation here and the Art Egypt organization?
It's been an astounding vision to be able to get contemporary art at the pyramids, and we're absolutely thrilled to be asked to have Ada's work here. She would speak for herself, but she can't today, but it's really exciting to have her here.
Maybe later we can do that. So, do you often come here to Egypt?
No, this is our first time to Egypt.
Really? That's really nice. So, how do you feel about it?
Well, to be fair, with the best view in the world behind me, you can't help but be moved by how extraordinary the Egyptian culture is. It's been really exciting to explore.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Aiden.
My name is Simon Watson, and I'm a co-curator of this exhibition, Forever Is Now. And in fact, I came up with the title Forever Is Now, and I'm so happy to be at this event. I love working with Nadine Ghaffar and Art d'Egypt. Their vision about having contemporary artists in places with a past, historical sites, is a brilliant idea. She has done it year after year for 5 years in downtown Cairo. This is the first time on the Giza Plateau, and it is so magnificent, so beautiful, and so powerful. I think it's a great project because it connects the world in a new way to this important place.
This is really amazing. So, may I ask another question? What inspires you here in Egypt? What's the greatest? Is it the pyramids, the people?
What inspires me most is the sense of energy that I get from the people. Egypt is inspiring every single day. I meet warm people. I've been coming here for about 7 years. First time February 2015. I spent 2 weeks in Cairo visiting young artist studios, going to universities, going to museums, and then 1 week on the Nile. It was inspiring. Inspiring because of the history, inspiring because of contemporary culture, and not just visual artists, but musicians, performers, and honestly, I felt welcome in so many places. So it's the cuisine welcomes people.
Yeah, you're more than welcome here in Egypt.
In my opinion, taste Egypt, it's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Really
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
So, may I ask you, what do you think of the concept of Art of Egypt?
Well, it's a fantastic initiative. It's been around for some time, and they always have chosen iconic places. Well, this time they made it maybe better than the past, and of course, we are on the Giza Plateau, so that's I think the most significant thing. matching contemporary art with something which is eternal.
So you attended the event of like 2017 Eternal Lights and the 2018 event?
I didn't attend because I wasn't here, but I've been told about that and everybody knows. And also, I mean, the part that was taking place in downtown was interesting. Meaning not the monumental part, but the artistic contemporary. Yeah, so it's an interesting experiment, actually.
Okay, that's really great. So, is it your first time here in Egypt?
Yeah, I am the director of Italian Cultural Institute, the cultural counselor of the embassy. So yes, it's my first mission here in Cairo.
And how do you feel about it?
It's great. It's wonderful.
That's really great. Thank you so much for your time.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Pharrell Williams, like the famous like record producer, like may I ask you, like, what do you think of the concept of Art Egypt here in Egypt?
It's beautiful because it celebrates so much. It celebrates the pride of the Egyptian people, its heritage, and most importantly, its art, which is a reflection of the culture.
Yeah, okay. So another question, like, is it your first time here in Egypt to come, or you often come to Egypt?
Oh, this is my first time.
Okay, so how do you feel about it? Like, what inspired you here in Egypt?
Just again, everything, you know, the history, the culture, and you know, and most importantly, the people, which is where it all comes from.
Okay. So last question, are you planning, or like, do you have the will to engage in any artwork with an Egyptian artist?
Oh man, if it's God's will.
Okay.
Right? You say inshallah, right?
Yes. We say
Yeah.
inshallah.
If it's in God's will.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Well, can I have one question with you?
Okay, so JR, like the quiet celebrity, like you make so nice things, like quietly and silently, but you make amazing things. Like, may I ask you, what do you think of the concept of Art of Egypt?
I love the concept of Art of Egypt because it invites artists like me who never had the chance to work in Egypt and to work on such a special site that have such an incredible energy and that anyone in their life should see at least once, if not more. So I've been very lucky to be able to work here and to create here and to share it with people. And this is the first day, so I'm excited for the next couple of weeks.
Okay, that's really great. So what's the main thing that inspired you here in Egypt?
I think, you know, I've traveled to Egypt and I'm going to continue doing it. The people, the history, the way it questions you on what mark do you leave on earth and what this civilization have left behind them that we still question today, and that we still, you know, try to understand what was the meaning of all of it. And it's kind of fascinating because for us, we artists, you know, we raise questions, we don't give answers. And I feel that this is what I feel all around me here, is this question rise and we're trying to find the answers.
Okay, that's really great. So, like, last question, will you share with me your future plans?
Yeah, I'm going back to the US where I'm releasing a movie there that will come out after in all countries about the process in my work. And then I will work in Mexico and in Europe. So there'll be a few projects coming up in the next couple of months.
So you're traveling the world right now. Thank you so much for your time, JR. So let me ask you a simple question. Like, what do you think of the concept of Art of Egypt?
I think it's absolutely brilliant. We just had a great look around now. In fact, we were just saying it should maybe be a permanent exhibition. It looks so great. It would attract a lot of people. And it really brings together cultures from around the world and showcases Egypt as a great place to visit and a land full of history and great artistic values.
Okay, great. So, like, as DHL, like, may I ask you, how can we, like, enhance the culture and art worldwide?
Yeah, so DHL purpose is connecting people, improving lives. So what we thought about is to connect the history with artists and stuff to Egypt. It's the prime location where the pyramids are, and don't forget that we are on a walking distance away from the Grand Pyramid. So this is a prime location with amazing artists where we are enjoying it, and we're connecting people and trying to connect Egypt to the world. So this is what we look into.
Thank you so much for your time. يعني بعد النجاح الرهيب بتاع المهرجان الجونة، ممكن حضرتك تقولي ايه رأيك في مبدأ Art of Egypt؟
Art of Egypt نموذج يعني ناجح جدا جدا للترويج لمصر كدولة فيها ثقافة وفيها فن وفيها احتضان لفنانين عالميين. ده في حد ذاته إنجاز، إن أنت بتروج لمصر، إنك بتوري إن مصر دولة مش بس فيها حضارة وآثار، إنما فيها برضو ثقافة ووعي بأهمية الفن. ودوت اللي بيجذب نوعية من الناس إنها تيجي تشوف مصر دي. ما كانتش مثلا ممكن تيجي من إعلان في الجرايد عن الهرم أو عن البحر الأحمر، فده أكبر إنجاز صراحة.
So, like, may I ask you a simple question? Like, what do you think of the concept of Art of Egypt?
Art of Egypt is a cutting-edge new concept that's bringing culture to contemporary art to culture, and basically bringing the past into the present and the future. It's giving us hope. It's making us united as one across cultural boundaries, across geographical boundaries. I mean, it really is something special.
Okay, great. And, like, what mainly inspires you here in Egypt?
The people, because my work is all about uniting everybody, and it's about expressing these universal ideas that we can all relate to. So, like, my piece is basically based on semiotics. It's like a symbol. So when you look at it, it's a gold dome that symbolizes unity and hope and movement, transformation, the future, basically energy of the future.
Okay, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. Oscar-nominated director, like, may I ask you, what do you think of the concept of Art of Egypt?
I was very moved by it. I just finished doing a circle around, checking out all the art. I think the image of the pyramids at Giza is one of the most famous visuals in the world. We've all seen it a million times. So then having this kind of artist take on it, a filter, doesn't change it, you're still seeing it, but it gives it a little commentary. And it just kind of triggers the mind to think in a different way. So I think it's very successful.
What inspired you here in Egypt?
What inspired me? Wow. Hold on, that's a really good question, because there's been many things, but I'm trying to think of a highlight. I was kind of moved by, I got lost in Cairo yesterday and wandered a lot of different streets and alleys and ran into a lot of street life, kids, laundry hanging, you know, the kind of tattered flags from the festival still hanging, and the dogs barking, and it was I just think it was and the light was beautiful, and then the sounds from the mosques. It's just very moving to be here. So, and everyone's been incredibly hospitable. people have been really, really friendly and really nice. So it's been great.
Cultural diplomacy that the United States Embassy in Egypt is busy doing. I've just come from the Guna Film Festival. We also support the Cairo International Film Festival, the Cairo Jazz Festival, the Downtown Cairo Art Festival, and a number of other programs involving art, literature, music, and theater, and film. So this is, I think, the buzz of the town right now, and it's great to be so deeply involved and be supporting Art Egypt as they put on this spectacular.
So if there was one message you could give to people back in the U.S., since there's a lot of misconceptions about Egypt, what would it be?
Well, that's a huge question. I think the one thing I would say is Egypt is an amazing country and the Egyptians are amazing people. And the best way to learn that is to come out here and see it for yourself. I think everyone who has a chance to come visit this magnificent country should do so.
Thank you so much.
So last question, like how can we enhance the culture and art here in Egypt, like from the point of view of the United States Embassy?
Well, from a much more narrow point of view, what I look at is how can I help from the embassy, how can we help enhance what Egyptians are doing, how can we help build bridges between Egyptian artists and American artists, whether they're working in graphic arts or traditional arts or film or theater or music or dance or any of the other branches of the art world. And we're trying to do that by supporting the different festivals, the different shows that are set up. We supported the Cairo Photo Week. We support the Cairo Jazz Festival. I just came from Guna, and we support the Guna Film Festival, and we support the Cairo International Film Festival. And at all these things, we approach it in different ways because there are unique ways that we can provide help. So here we provided funding to help move art installations and bring artists to Egypt and pay for curators and other things. At the Guna Film Festival, we ran a week-long costume design workshop co-led by Deborah Landis, who's a Hollywood costume designer who did the costumes for the Raiders of the Lost Ark and Blues Brothers and Michael Jackson's Thriller video. And then we awarded 3 one-on-one mentorships for up-and-coming costume designers from here to go work with her. So those are the kinds of things that we are doing. And it's very gratifying, and I think it really helps build bridges between Egyptians and Americans who might otherwise not find each other. And that's going to be something that endures.
Thank you. I just want to ask a simple question. What do you think of the concept of Art Egypt?
Eu gostaria de saber o que você acha do conceito de Art Egypt, da organização que está fazendo isso.
Eu fiquei bem surpreso com a organização e organizado por mulheres. Isso eu acho que é incrível.
He was pleasantly surprised of how well organized it was, and particularly by women. So he found that incredible.
Okay, thank you. And is it your first time here in Egypt?
É a tua primeira vez aqui no Egito?
Yes.
You can
Sim,
tell.
é minha primeira vez no Egito.
Okay. So, what inspired you here in Egypt?
O que inspirou você vendo aqui?
Eu acho que é tanto a cultura, tanto a cidade, que eu tive a oportunidade de andar pela cidade, na velha Cairo, Old Cairo, e por estar, acho que a grande parte dos dias que eu tô no Egito, eu tô nas pirâmides, né? Que eu estava acompanhando o meu processo de montagem, mas eu também vinha e ficava observando as pirâmides.
He was very inspired by its culture, so he did a research about it. And actually, being here, besides being at the pyramids, he explored the streets. He went through all Cairo. He loved all Cairo. So he's definitely engaged with the city. Yes.
So, thank you so much for your time. Mr. محمد, ممكن أسأل حضرتك إيه رأي حضرتك في مفهوم Art Egypt؟
Art Egypt حدث بقاله مش أول مرة يتعمل. هو بيبني الزخم بتاعه على مدار السنين، واحنا سعداء جدا بالمستوى اللي وصل له السنه دي، وكل سنه في تطوير. بصراحه معجبين جدا باللي بيتعمل وفريق العمل كله، لانه حاجه ممتازه. اعتقد كمان الحضور الخارجي من بره مصر السنه دي على مستوى رائع. الانستليشنز اللي احنا شايفينها حاجه ارت، يعني ما فيهاش وفخورين ان مصر دلوقتي فيها احداث بتحصل زي دي، يعني اكيد بتضيف للبلد. ومفيش شك ان اللي بيحصل من نهضة ادت ان احنا نبقى موجودين برضو النهارده. فده عمل جماعي من اول سياده الرئيس للحكومه للناس اللي قايمين على ارض ايجيبت. يعني حاجه جميله بصراحه، الواحد سعيد جدا باللي بيشوفه بيحصل في البلد.
طيب هو عامة السؤال ده معظم بسأله للأجانب، هو إيه أكتر حاجة بتلهمك في مصر؟ بس أنا برضو حاسة أنا ممكن أسأل حضرتك إيه أكتر حاجة ممكن تلهمك في مصر؟
الانسان المصري في بعد وعمق رهيب، ولو فهمتيهم تبقي سعيدة جدا وهم سعداء بيكي. وده بيبقى برضو يعني حاجة ربنا بقى اللي بيوفق الواحد فيها. فأنا اللي بيلهمني كتير يوميا الناس زمايلي في الشغل، مواقف في الشارع من مواطنين مصريين معرفهمش، حاجة يعني ساعات بتبقى فعلا قوية. وكمان ساعات بتشوفي مواقف تتعلمي منها ازاي تتحسن. ففي النهاية هو المواطن المصري هو الملهم بالأساس.
طيب إزاي أبو غالي يقدر يساعد في enhancing تطوير الفن والثقافة في مصر؟
هقول لك حاجة، أنا يعني احنا موجودين المرة دي من خلال تقديم الترانسبورتيشن، فلتطوير الحدث ان الناس تاخد اكسبيرينس ظريفة بالذات الأجانب، ان هم يقضوا وقت ظريف ويبقى الترانسبورتيشن بالنسبه لهم سيمليس اكسبيرينس زي ما بيقولوا، يعني تجربه سعيده ولذيذه. في النهايه كل الدعم اللي احنا بنقدمه للفن بصفه عامه هو نابع مننا كاشخاص، لان احنا في النهايه بنحب الفن وبنحب ان يبقى في مصر في مستوى راقي من الفن، لان مصر زي ما انت شايفه كده احنا مبدعين الفن من بداية الأهرامات لغاية دلوقتي. فيعني الموضوع بالنسبة لنا مهم جدا.
طيب هل دي أول مرة تحضروا Art Egypt يعني ايفنت Art Egypt؟
Yes دي أول مرة صراحة and actually I'm very proud إن احنا حاضرينه و part of it. it's really amazing ونادينا عاملة مجهود، احنا بقالنا سنة شغالين على البارتنرشيب دي سنة بحالها، it's amazing and it's finally here يعني.
Thank you so much for your time. شكرا. So let me ask you, what do you think of the concept of Art Egypt?
Wow, I mean, I think it's amazing. First of all, I want to thank them for the hard work because I know it's been very, very difficult. I mean, it's never been done here for 4,500 years. So the fact that they were able to do it in such difficult times as now is nothing short of a miracle. And then bringing together, you know, different artists and that have different concepts. It's also very nice. You have from figurative artists as myself to abstract artists. So, and then you have photography. So it's great, you know. And it's lovely for the people to come here and to see this. So yeah, it's immense, really.
That's great. So, since that you are inspired with the human emotions like love and faith and all of that, so what inspired you here in Egypt?
Well, I've only been here 2 days. It felt like a year because I've done so much. But I've only been here 2 days. What I did decide to do is that since I was coming, because I've always been wanting to come, and so since I was coming, I decided that I'm going to stay on. And we're doing a fantastic trip. You know, we're going down the Nile and we're going to go to Ambosimble. We're going to do everything that we're supposed to do when you come to Egypt. So I'm sure I'm going to be inspired a lot.
Great. Thank you so much for your time.
سعيد أول النهاردة إن أنا قابلت كل الفنانين قدام أبو الهول وكلمتهم عن اكتشافاتي، وكنت سعيد إن أنا قابلت لورينسو كوين وكل الفنانين العظام. لكن أنا يعني سعيد أكتر إن لأول مرة إن الهرم طول عمرنا بنشوفه كهرم عمره 4600 سنة، وطلعنا جوه الهرم ده تماثيل رائعة جميلة عملها فنانين عظام عمرهم أكتر من 4600 سنة. حاجة جميلة جدا إن أنت تجيب فنانين العصر الحديث كلهم ويعرضوا فنهم وبجمال على مشارف الهرم. أنا بعتقد إن دي حاجة جميلة جدا، إن أنت تمزج الماضي بالحاضر. يعني تبص لحضارة 5000 سنة، حضارة 4600 سنة، وتشوف الفنانين العظام اللي عملوا هذه الحضارة. وأنا كشفت على فكرة مقابر العمال والفنانين اللي بنوا الأهرامات. فإذا يعني أنا سعيد النهاردة إن بشوف الفنانين من كل دول العالم، كل واحد بيعرض الفن بتاعه جنب الهرم. فطبعا أنا بقول إن أي فنان جه النهاردة وحضر وعرض أثاره جنب الهرم اسمه هيكتب من ذهب في التاريخ، لأن دي لحظة من لحظات حياته لن تتكرر، إن هو يعرض فنه وأعماله بجوار أعظم حضارة في التاريخ، وهي الحضارة المصرية القديمة.
فريدة، خليني أسألك إيه رأيك في مبدأ Art Egypt هنا في مصر؟
لا طبعا I love the concept يعني يعني اكبر دليل على كده تمرازة سابورتت ارض ايجيبت اول 4 سنين، وكنا يعني نادين وارض ايجيبت اوفيشال فاشن سبونسر for 4 years in a row. و I love the concept و I love انه ازاي we are في بيحصل merge ما بين المودرن ارت والانشنت هيستوري او الانشنت ايجيبشن ارت. والنهارده الانستوليشنز الصراحه حاجه جميله.
طيب عامة في سؤال معظما بسأله للأجانب بس ممكن أسأله ليكي برضو، إيه أكتر حاجة بتلهمك في مصر؟
لا كل حاجة في مصر بتلهمني، يعني أنا أكبر دليل على كده أنا عملت كولكشن في أسبوع الموضة في نيويورك من 2016 اسمه رايز اوف ذا فاروز، بيستوحى من الحضارة الفرعونية. وعملت تاني في دبي وفي بيروت وفي الكويت ذا ليجاسي ريتيرنز، وتالت أهو نازلين دلوقتي بنحضر لكولكشن ايفولوشن اوف ذا اي اللي هي برضو مستوحاة بالحضارة الفرعونية. ومصر يعني كل حاجة فيها بتنسباير مي، وأكبر دليل على كده أنا قاعدة في مصر ومش عاوزة أمشي منها. يعني أنا مبسوطة إن أنا كبرت تمرازة من مصر، وانه فعلا احنا كان هدفنا من الاول نرجع مصر خريطه الموضه العالميه، وده اللي احنا شغالين عليه دلوقتي.
ميرسي خالص. Thank you so much.
I'm extremely glad I'm coming from Milano. I'm extremely glad to be part of Art Egypt for the Forever Is Now inauguration. And it was amazing visiting the installation. Actually, we have a very few which are the very favorites to say. And compliments for organizing everything. It was amazing, and it surely be an amazing experience even the following 2-3 days.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
وزير حضرتك كنت في أسوان وبعدين الأقصر وجاي من الأخبار.
جاي من المطار دلوقتي. فعلا كنا في أسوان امبارح عشان أبو سامبل تعامد الشمس، والنهارده الصبح كنا في الأقصر عشان الفعالية الكبرى اللي بنستعد ليها إن شاء الله بإذن الله للترويج الأقصر. ومن المطار جينا على هنا على الهرم عشان الوزارة بترعى فعالية مهمة جدا، وهي فعالية بتدمج بين عظمة أجدادنا في العجيبة الوحيدة الباقية من عجائب الدنيا القديمة، الهرم منطقة أهرامات الجيزة، اللي بتستضيف النهاردة الدورة الرابعة لسلسلة معارض فن حديث ومعاصر بيقوم بها فنانين مصريين وعالميين مستوحاة كلها من الحضارة المصرية القديمة، عشان يكون هناك حوار وتكامل بين عظمة الأجداد وعمارة الأجداد اللي تفوقوا فيها على كل الناس، وبين الفنانين المعاصرين من مصر. النهاردة في من مصر، في من آسيا، في من الوطن العربي، في من أوروبا، في من أمريكا. وده احنا كوزارة بنرعى دايما أي حاجة فيها استمرارية للفن والعمارة والفنون كلها. فأنا سعيد جدا بتواجدي النهاردة، وفي نفس الوقت لما مصر بتنظم فعاليات كبيرة هي النهاردة بنظمها شراكة مع القطاع الخاص. زي ما شايف القطاع الخاص هو اللي عاملها، احنا مجرد بنرعى الفعالية. وإن شاء الله الفترة اللي جاية في فعاليات كتير جدا، لأن بعد موكب المومياوات الملكية الجميع منتظر مننا إن احنا نعمل فعاليات أخرى، ومن هنا الفعالية اللي احنا شغالين عليها بإذن الله في الأقصر، وبنستعد لواحدة تانية في أسوان، واحدة في شرم الشيخ، واحدة في الغردقة إن شاء الله. وفي الصيف هنعمل حاجة بإذن الله في العالمين في الافتتاح والجلالة. هنعمل فعاليات كتير جدا هنوري الناس كلها إن مصر حية، مصر فيها فعاليات، مصر بتحترم الفن القديم والفن الحديث والفن المعاصر.
بصراحة يعني كنت جميلة قوي وفظيعة قوي. يعني ممكن تقولي لي ايه رأيك في الكونسبت او مبدأ ارت ايجيبت؟
عارفة يعني ايه يكون عندك اكتر من 500 فنان عالمي في مصر، في احلى بقعة في مصر في الاهرامات، والأهرامات كلها منورة حواليكي، والحالة اللي موجودة دي حالة فريدة جدا من نوعها. وعايزة أقولك إن ده في حد ذاته ترويج للسياحة ولحضارتنا ولحياتنا بشكل غير طبيعي.
يعني حضرتك رأيك ايه في ان ايه دور الفنان في ان هو ينشر الوعي والثقافة في مصر؟
هو الفن وعي وثقافة، والفن في حد ذاته لو بقى وعي وثقافة بس من غير انترتينمنت مش هيبقى حلو. فالفن ده بيلم لك كل حاجة، حلمك المستحيل بيتحقق من خلال الفن. فالفن فيه كل شيء، وانت اللي بتختاري النوع اللي انت عايزاه ايه بس.
طيب
غير فن صعب بكل معانيها، ده فن. الرسومات اللي على التمبلز فن، الناس اللي جايين وحاطين العرض بتاعهم هنا فن. الفن ده شيء عبقري وشيء جميل، بتحسي انك انت عايشه.
طيب اخر حاجه، ايه الرساله اللي تحبي توصليها من قلب الاهرامات للعالم كله؟
عايزه اقول مصر جميله، تعالوا شوفوا جمالها الحقيقي، استمتعوا بيه زي ما احنا مستمتعين بيه. ربنا يديم علينا الجمال ده والحضارة دي والقوة دي والعظمة دي، لأن بجد مصر حلوة قوي 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 ولسه ما شفتوهاش، والمصريين نفسهم كل يوم بيكتشفوا حاجة جديدة، فشحال بقى الأجانب. مرحبا بيهم.
Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we invite you to make a journey in time and to share this eternal bond that binds us to ancient and present Egypt. Forever is now. Video.
Contemporary art, a language that everybody understands. Having these cultural bridges, the Mu'izza Street, we were in the middle of the street with thousands of people living there. As we enter a space, we work with the local community. This synergy that was there that night with collectors from around the world and the coffee shops and everyone, everything was so harmonious.
The dialogue between
I think that the world has been well aware of the greatness of Egypt for a long, long time. By placing these contemporary works here can lead to some transformative experience for people.
Brilliant idea that's happening for the first time. This will be something the artist will never forget in his time.
For the first time in 4,500 years, this curated international art, Ashraf Mohi and the Egyptian Tourism Authority. We're also honored to be under the auspices of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, led by His Excellency Sameh Shukri. Special thanks to His Excellency Nazih al-Nagari, Mahmoud Talat. I must say the entire ministry has given us tremendous support, and the Egyptian authorities for helping us in every step. شكر خاص لدعم محافظة الجيزة وشرطة السياحة والآثار. We have received the patronage of UNESCO for the second time, as our mission aligns with the 2005 Convention of Protection and Promotion of the Diversity of Cultural Expression. Part of Art d'Egypte's philosophy is to create awareness of the historic sites we choose for our exhibitions. As you can see, the U.S. Embassy in Cairo, our biggest supporter this year, led by His Excellency Jonathan Cohen, whom has created a solid cultural bridge between both countries, the French, Swiss, Spanish, Italian embassies, and British Council. In ancient Egypt, the word artist means the one who brings to life. And in our case, the artists actively participated in bringing Forever Is Now to life. The stars under the goddess Nut tonight are the artists. Alexander Ponomarev, Gisela Colon, Joao Travision, J.R., Lorenzo Quinn, Mu'taz Nasr, Shireen Girgis, Schuster and Mosley, Stephen Cox, Sultan bin Fahad. This amazing group of local and international artists created a dialogue in this historical venue that confronts the past with the present, underlining the importance of preserving ancient cultural heritage and its seminal role in shaping present and future societies. Placing contemporary art in historical sites creates a powerful curatorial pairing. This project is the result of tremendous teamwork and collaboration. In this case, it did not take a whole village, but the whole world. So special thanks to all the entities from around the world whom have believed in what we have been doing. And our advisor, a wise man, said, "Look at the pyramids. They've survived pandemics, wars. This too shall pass." Special thanks to Dr. Zahi Hawes, who has been one of our biggest supporters from day one. So this again is a token of hope to humanity, that we stand here with this ancient civilization that is still here with us today. Thanks to our advisory board, thanks to our honorary curatorial board, special thanks to Simon Watson for his guidance. All of the scholars that put their time, care, and knowledge into our exhibition catalog. Our sponsors that helped realize our dream. We couldn't have done this without your support. U.S. Embassy, Badia Palm Hills, that have been supporting our initiative from day one. Yasin Rawya Mansour. Afrixim Bank, Eastern Company, Ismailia, Karim al-Shafi'i. Barta and Partners, TV5 Monde, MO4 Network, Abu Ghali, African Bank, Sawiris Foundation, Samih for being there from the first day, DHL being our logistics partner, and Signify for lighting up our artwork. Orange, that made our dream come true. We finally have an Art d'Egypte app. Happy that Dior collaborated with Gisela Colon, a Forever Is Now artist, to make a Lady Dior art bag edition 2021 that we happily unveil tonight. Grand merci à l'équipe Dior, spécialement Monsieur Bialobos, Maria Grazia Chiuri et Monsieur Beccari, d'être parmi nous ce soir. Here is the Dior bag, and it's an amazing piece of art. You should all take a look. Our patrons, Paola Cusi, mi consejera, gracias por todo. Rabia Besiso, Giovanna Murad, Christiana Abdallah, Khalid Noser, Marian Bishoy Azmi, Noor Al-Kholi, Masha Shubokshi, Karim Al-Shayati for always being there and helping us with all of Trafco's services. Grazie Italia, Umberta Beretta, Maurizio Barnaba. Thank you all for coming from around the world to take part of this historical moment. Special thanks to Art d'Egypte's ambassadors. OPE, Heshem Gadallah, who has been with us for the past 2 years, Mohammed Galel, Manel Abdelhamid, Shahind Al-Hariri, and Naguib Sawiris for your constant support. And who knows, maybe this turns into a yearly event. I don't know if he'll put up with the headache for too long. Hani Saad and his team for all the technical support. This was a huge undertaking. None of us imagined it would be that big, but everyone put all their efforts into making this dream come true. Marmonil, Mapso, for their dedication. Mable Shar. People who made the event possible today, Alia Dontanani, for the design of the lounge. It's beautifully designed. And all the details are done by Egyptian artisans, the chairs and everything. Thanks for the Fairmont team, especially Frank Nabolsi, Oriental Weavers. My family, my parents, my husband for being my rock. My friends, Shireen Ghanem, Venus Reyes. Passion is an invaluable asset. It is the driving, mystical force behind this team's empowered Egyptian ladies, breaking all stereotypes. And I must say, even our partners like Logi Trans is also a woman. Special thanks to Lynn Roulin. So these are the ladies behind what you have seen today. I leave the floor to His Excellency Sameh Shokri.
Good evening, Your Excellency, Prime Minister Rama, Prime Minister of the Republic of Albania, Your Royal Highnesses, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasure to welcome you here tonight at the magnificent Giza Plateau, site of the last standing wonder of the ancient world that never ceases to inspire awe regardless of time. I'd like to thank His Excellency Prime Minister Rama for accepting the invitation to join us tonight despite the heavy schedule of his official visit to Egypt. As you all might know, His Excellency is not only an accomplished politician, but also a recognized artist in his own right. Distinguished guests, throughout the past years, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs has had the pleasure of partnering with the annual Art d'Egypte International Exhibition. This year, it's entitled Forever Is Now, a truly befitting title for the setting. The exhibition this year includes inspiring works of art from international and local artists, blending contemporary design with our ancient Egyptian heritage. I invite you to take a closer look at the Giza pyramids from a different perspective in relation to the works exhibited, and to reflect on the thousands of years that have elapsed since their creation. These mammoth structures are a testament to a nation and civilization that has had such an enduring influence on our common heritage because it promoted the advancement of the arts as to lift the spirit to achieve new heights. This exhibition and the explosion of young talent in Egypt in the last years endeavors to do the same. As time comes to a halt in this eternal landscape, you will fully appreciate the wonderful works displayed. With every passing year, this exhibition grows bigger, attracting more artists and connoisseurs from across the world. Since its establishment, Art d'Egypte has been actively transforming the art scene in Egypt, young women and men contributing to preserving Egyptian heritage and building cultural bridges between Egypt and the world, for they have our full support and gratitude. Once again, I welcome you and wish you a pleasant stay in Egypt, where civilization, history, the arts, and friendship come together. Thank you very much.
His Excellency Dr. Khalid Al-Anani, who has put up with the crazy Nadine and her crazy ideas for many years. I don't know what's next. This is, everybody's asking me the same question. You already know? Okay.
Yes. Can I have the clicker, please? I need the clicker.
حاضر ثانية واحدة ما أعرفش فين الكليكر؟
لا كليكر. Your Excellency Edi Rama, Prime Minister of Albania, dear Albanian ministers, Your Excellency Sameh Shukri, Your Excellency Dr. Ali Moselhi, Your Excellencies ambassadors, dear guests, dear artists, ladies and gentlemen. It's my greatest pleasure to welcome you here from this magic spot where can we witness together the magic ancient pyramids, the only remaining wonder of the ancient world, combined with the contemporary art. The Egyptian civilization is a very long one, but it can be distinguished among others that it was based on sincere beliefs, culture, and art. The skillful Egyptian artists excelled in all kinds of arts through the ages. In architecture, in jewelry, in painting, in sculpture, and as you can witness here, it's the great hypostyle hall in Karnak. From ancient Egypt, you can see the extremely well-preserved colors of old tombs like the tomb of Nefertari, the magnificent sculpture of the New Kingdom, the Greek and the Roman periods. The Egyptian civilization was able to absorb all foreign civilization who came to Egypt. The Jewish artifacts and synagogue, this is the one that we opened last year in Alexandria. The Christian monuments, the Coptic icons and the Greek mosaic in St. Catherine Monastery, the Islamic, the Arab, the Egyptian, and the non-Arab Islamic artifact in our rich Islamic Art Museum in Cairo. The modern palaces, with the palace of the family of Muhammad Ali, and even the foreign-style palaces like the Baron-en-Pin Palace that we opened last year. And in our new capital that will be opened very soon, the first building that is achieved 100% is our new City of Arts and Culture, with a new museum dedicated to the capitals of Egypt, starting from Memphis, Alexandria, Thebes, Fustat, and Cairo, a new opera, and a very modern and big library. It's my pleasure that we are sponsoring and we are working with Nadim Abdel Ghaffar and Art Egypt for the 4th year, as she mentioned in her speech, that we had the pleasure to host the first event in Cairo Museum in 2017. Next year, 2018, Manial Palace, then 2019, Historic Cairo. Last year, because of the COVID, we were unable to host the event. And today, this evening, we are hosting the event in the Giza Pyramid. Our Ministry of Tourism and Antiquity has just received our new brand strategy for the next 3 years, 2021-2024, and it will be based on that we are trying to show that Egypt is young, Egypt is vibrant, Egypt is welcoming, so with a lot of fun, imagination, legends, with a lot of events, with a lot of colors and a lot of nature, and of course of exhibition. That's why we are keen on this kind of partnership with the private sector to host pieces of art from skillful artists from Egypt and abroad. And this evening, I'm very glad that we have famous and skillful artists from Egypt, from Saudi Arabia, from Russia, from Europe, from USA, and we are very proud of this partnership. In our museums, we have a new vision. We are building new museums like the National Museum of Egyptian Civilization, and I'm inviting you to visit this museum. We are outsourcing the facilities in our archaeological site like we did with Orascom in the Pyramid Plateau, and we will be organizing huge events like the one we organized last April, the Golden Mummies Parade, the 3rd of April. And today, I was this morning in the Luxor to see the finish of the work of the Sphinx Avenue that will be opening in the coming weeks, and will be organizing another big ceremony with the next coming 3 or 4 weeks. And of course, the big gift that we are preparing to the humanity is the Grand Egyptian Museum, only a few hundreds of meters away from the Giza Plateau, with the whole collection of Tutankhamun to be displayed in the entire for the first time since its discovery in 1922. And you can notice that in 1822, it was the decipherment of Rosetta Stone and the creation of our field of Egyptology. 1 century later, it was the biggest archaeological discovery in the world, the intact tomb of Tutankhamun in the Valley of the Kings of Luxor. And next year, 2022, it will be the Grand Egyptian Museum. So as you can see, every century, Egypt will be offering a gift to the humanity. And of course, don't forget that Egypt is not only about civilizations and museums, but also its leisure time, its beaches, its more than 2,000 kilometer length beaches, its adventure, its safari, its mountain, it's sunny, and it's really a warm winter. It's a warm winter, a healthy winter, away from the COVID. I hope you enjoy your evening and you enjoy your stay in Egypt. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm very pleased to be introducing the upcoming screening, which is a conceptual art documentary titled Past Futures. This art documentary is directed by artist Karim Al-Hayawan in collaboration with the Egyptian soprano Fatma Saeed and the music composer Muhammad Nawaro. This conceptual work pays homage and celebrates artists who transcended the linear passage of time, merging past, futures, and presents as seen through Egyptian artist discourse, interpreting and merging the visible with the invisible to reveal the essence of now. It's a glimpse into milestone works of intergenerational artists assembled in no order other than a spontaneous, diverse, and experiential journey. Please enjoy it. I'm also very happy to be introducing a new music composition by Muhammad Nawara featuring Fatma Saeed. We will be listening to it now.
Okay, and here we come to an end. يعني النهارده كان يوم مهم جدا، وجينا للنهايه النهارده. عملنا تغطيه مع ناس مهمه جدا، مع وزراء وسفراء وفنانين مصريين واجانب. فعلا اليوم كان مليء بالاحداث ومليء بالمواقف الحلوه والمبهجه. يا رب نكون قدرنا نعمل تغطيه لليوم النهارده واسعدناكم زي ما احنا اتبسطنا النهارده في الايفنت. قد ايه كان جميل، قد ايه كان رائع. يعني فعلا مصر هي ملتقى الحضارات كله. يعني مصر من آلاف السنين دايما أثبتت أن هي جديرة بأن هي تكون أصل الفن والثقافة في العالم كله. أنا مبسوطة جدا أن أنا كنت معاكم النهاردة. يا رب نتقابل في أيام جاية، في احتفالات جاية، وشكرا لكم.